Hello ladies, welcome back to the I've Decided challenge. We are on day 29, which means we only have one more day to go after this, plus our celebratory end of the challenge video, which will be a lesson in itself. It'll be half celebrating and half intertwining all of the lessons into condensing them into one video. So if you're watching this far into the challenge, if you have been participating, wow, you really should be so proud of yourself. That takes dedication, it takes persistence, and it takes commitment to your desire. And it takes commitment to yourself. So what a beautiful expression of self-love to show up for yourself for 29 days, about to be 30 days. I know you won't break your streak now. So first off, let's go ahead and drop our affirmations. 28 days ago, because we're on day 29, so 28 days ago, you decided, you are experiencing. So I'm going to list my affirmations. 28 days ago, I decided I am a healthy person. 28 days ago, I decided I am an expert at manifestation. And 28 days ago, I decided I'm experiencing all of my desires right now. If you have watched this far into the challenge and you've actually been taking into the lessons, by now you understand that these small changes can actually be really profound for you. These little lessons built into these daily videos, when applied, can actually create really drastic changes. And obviously that is the theme of today's video, which is quantum leaping. Now, I am not going to go into the quantum physics of this. As much as I enjoy the topic and I love hearing others teach it, it's not something that I currently teach in my curriculum. I feel like it has its place, and there are plenty of other spiritual teachers and manifestation guides who do teach that. However, I'm just not the one. But I will be talking about the impact of it and what a quantum leap actually means on a practical level. So I think a lot of times we hear quantum leap and we're like, what is that? That sounds so complicated. It sounds so intense, or maybe it sounds really inspiring and exciting for you. Well, ultimately, when we talk about a quantum leap, what we're meaning is, instead of making the same progress you would from one day to the next, you make a week's worth of progress, or a month's worth of progress, or a year's worth of progress seemingly overnight. And I say seemingly because oftentimes what's actually at play is the compounding effect. And if you don't know what that is, there are plenty of videos out there, but essentially you've been chipping away at your manifestation. You've been upgrading your self-concept little by little. You've been learning and absorbing all of this content and applying the lessons where you're able to. And one day you look around at your life and you go, wow, I've combined so much. What's the next big thing for me? What is this next step I feel called to take? And that step that you take, that decision that you make, that direction that you go in from there creates the quantum leap. It creates the shift in you where you make so much change and progress in such a short amount of time. It's as if you fast forwarded through time. It's as if you jumped through all these days and all these weeks and all these years of work, as I said, in a short amount of time. Now, I believe we have infinite realities to choose from. I was actually just pondering this yesterday. I also believe that some people pass away because they manifest experiencing a different reality that is just not available on Earth. So that would be a really interesting topic to talk about. That's kind of like very esoteric and a little bit out there. But it was a thought, it was entertaining for me, and I think that that's part of kind of what happens when we do quantum leap. Now, this can look like making what feels like a really big change, like moving states. This can be, deciding to commit to a degree program, or switching careers if you already established yourself in one career and decided to make a career change. This can look like, of course, moving to another country. Obviously, moving to even another city can create such a ripple effect of change in your life. This can look like choosing to pursue your dreams in a way that you have not yet before. Let's say you want to be a performer of sorts. This could be signing up for your very first performance, and what happens after that, in the aftermath. When you look back, when you reflect, that's when you can identify it as a quantum leap. A lot of times people are consuming this quantum leap content or content related to the timing of manifestation because you're feeling the pressure, you're feeling the squeeze, you feel the anxiousness that comes with not yet having your manifestation in the 3D. Excuse me. However, most people who have experienced a real quantum leap, which a real quantum leap is like you wake up and you just feel like an entirely different person. You may even notice small details in your reality where you're like, I swear, and we tend to call this the Mandela effect, but you're like, I swear I was in a reality where that wasn't the case. Excuse me, I'm a little burpy. Like you swear that you know for sure that truth was not your truth the day before or the week prior, and you're only just now coming to that realization. So in the same way that inspired action really can only be confirmed as inspired action after we've taken the action and after we have seen the results of that action, a quantum leap is very much the same way. You can set the intention to take inspired action. You can set the intention to quantum leap. You can set the intention that a decision you're going to make is going to progress you infinitely more than any regular decision and sort of prime yourself for that if that's what you desire. I'm not saying you cannot consciously manifest it. What I'm touching on is that most often we only realize in hindsight that we have effectively done what is considered a quantum leap. So if you want to do a quantum leap intentionally, you have to understand that there's a reality that you're in right now, and you have to be willing to let go of everything that reality holds pretty much in order to open yourself up to what is possible. This doesn't mean that you can't take things with you. This doesn't mean that, like, if you're moving across states, you can't take your possessions with you, or if you decide to change your career, that you're not going to be in the same partnership, or it doesn't mean that the past can't come with you. It just means all of it can't come with you. And what I've come to realize in my own quantum leaps is we kind of don't really get to decide what does come with us or not. Our subconscious will decide for us what no longer serves us, and we will wake up one day feeling like, oh, this doesn't fit anymore. I noticed this in my own character progression, with my wardrobe especially, is I will go through these phases of identity shifting, and it's always sparked by what is considered a quantum leap. It's always sparked by some brave decision, some courageous action to be something I haven't yet been before. And one day I will wake up and I will no longer identify with some of the things I used to like. My taste in music will change. My taste in TV shows and how I spend my free time will change. The exercises that I want to do for my physical health will change. The friendships that I have will change. Like, so many things will change all in one short amount of time because I've effectively created an alternate timeline that I am now living on. Whereas if my trajectory was this way, I'm going this way. And that's how I choose to see it. It is also very possible to have a quantum leap that is negative or feels really painful. This can look like moving to a new city or even just a new home and hating it and hating everything about it. This can look like getting a new job and realizing like you actually really appreciated your old job. For some of you watching, I know a lot of you are manifesting SP. This can look like leaving one SP and going to another and realizing that the one that you left wasn't all that bad. I personally haven't experienced that. I tend to leave the past in the past and appreciate it for what it is. However, I do know people who have had that experience, and it's just a possibility. It's just one of many things that can happen. But if you choose to move through life with the intention that everything is always working out for you, that only good can come from this, that only good experiences will come from this big decision, then you don't have to worry about those things. So if you are watching this video and it is day 29 of the challenge and you are looking at your life and you're feeling like, well, I've practiced this and I've done that and I'm not seeing the progress and I don't feel as confident as I could feel and I just want to get through this quicker, What I would advise to you is journal tonight, and this will be your homework, is to sit down and write about quantum leaping. Write about what you believe it is, write about how you think you can accomplish it, how you think you can do it, and then set the intention that is written expressly. You are stepping into a new reality by embodying a new version of yourself. So you can say, I am consciously choosing to quantum leap by shifting my identity to this version of myself. And then this is where you will go out and detail the version of yourself. What are their daily habits? What clothing do they wear? What is their mental diet like? What is their actual physical diet like? What kind of music do they listen to? What do they do for entertainment? Who do they spend the most time with? Who are they most inspired by? Write about this version of yourself as if you are reaching your arms out and you're so close to becoming her, but it will require some push, and it will require maybe some sacrifice. It will require maybe more discipline, or maybe better choices in terms of your physical, spiritual, mental health. It might require you to do something that scares you. It should be just outside of your comfort zone. So if this is your comfort zone, it shouldn't be way, 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 way out there, okay? It should just be just outside your comfort zone, just enough for you to feel like it's possible for you, and to have confidence that it's not going to shake you or break you. It's not going to ruin all the progress you've already made. It's not going to make you feel insecure. It's not going to scare you any more than it has to do the uncomfortable thing. Make this new ideal version of yourself and the choice to become her just within your grasp, but just out of your reach, if that makes sense. So it is essential that once you determine what this looks like, you begin to live as that. You begin to live as her. You wake up and get out of bed and you feel the way that she feels, and you're thinking the way that she thinks, and you are looking at your world the way that she looks at the world, and you are affirming that you have completed the action necessary to quantum leap, to officially consider yourself having experienced a quantum leap. Put yourself in that end state of, tonight when you go to bed, after you have journaled this, accept that you are where you are today and you will be in a new place tomorrow. And even though it might scare you, you're ready for it. And even though there is some uncertainty, you are surrendering to it. And even though the present version of yourself feels like this is a really big, scary change, the version you are stepping into and embodying is so happy that she made that change, and she is so committed to keeping up with that change, and she is so grateful that present you made that decision. And if it helps, tomorrow you can actually do a letter where you write to yesterday's self, which is today's self. So you'll write from the future version of you to the past version of you saying, thank you. Thank you for making the decision to quantum leap. Thank you for making the decision to surrender. Thank you for making the commitment to becoming a better version of you. Thank you for trusting me to take the reins now that I am you. Thank you for believing in me and having faith. Thank you for dreaming big for me. Thank you for believing that I deserve more and I could create more for myself. Like a really happy thank you letter that you have arrived. And essentially this should shift you into that state of you have made a significant change within yourself. You are now identifying as a new self. You are adopting the habits and patterns and behaviors and beliefs and assumptions of that new self. And from there on, when the old self wants to come back, again, this is building on yesterday's lesson, which is the one thing you need to do to manifest, okay? The one thing you need to do is let go of the old story, is Release the old version of you. Thank the old version of you for existing and getting you here today. And appreciate that time that you had with her, but be prepared to become the new version and have that ego death and have that shedding of that old identity as you embody this new version of you. I cannot even express how grateful I am for everybody who's participated in this challenge. It has been so motivating for me. I truly believe that this challenge, and I know we're one day away from completion, but I truly believe that completing this challenge has allowed me to quantum leap. It has transformed me from within, and the ripple effects are being felt in every aspect of my life. Hitting 2,500 subscribers in the first year of this channel has been really awesome. I know there are other YouTubers who do much more than that in that same amount of time, but I was not even doing this every week until pretty much a couple months ago. I was very passive with it in the beginning. I was very focused on other circumstances and other parts of my life. And so I built it like a little bit slowly but surely. And here we are at the turning point where I know that things can only get better from here. And all of the time that I've invested has been so worth it. All of the lovely women that I've been able to coach, and reading your stories and hearing your successes, and being able to support you through difficult times and encourage and motivate you and inspire you to do better fills my heart with so much joy. And I'm so grateful to be this privileged. I'm so grateful to have gone through the hardships that I've gone through in my life so that I can teach from this place of, I understand you. I understand what you're experiencing, and I may not know all the details of your life, but those same feelings that you're feeling, I understand. And because I understand, I can be here for you and I can support you. And especially coming from a trauma-informed perspective, I don't want any of you watching to ever feel like your trauma is preventing you from succeeding. It doesn't have to be that way. Anybody can overcome trauma, and trauma does not define you, and going through difficulty does not define you. It's how you respond to the difficulty. And especially if you've been on your self-love journey or healing journey or manifestation journey for many years. I've been going about this for about half my life now. So the past 14 years, I have been working on myself, improving myself, learning how to be a better person, be a better version of myself. And only now am I able to see and understand the real impact of the actions that I've taken. So this is why we talk about persisting and really committing to yourself, committing to giving yourself what you desire, committing to upgrading your life and raising your standards and experiencing new things and being grateful moment to moment, no matter where you are. So again, I'm just so appreciative that all of you have been showing up, and I can't wait to do tomorrow's video and to do the challenge finale video. So thank you so much. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.